Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Seattle Mariners March to October here on MLB The Show 24. We're kicking into a game right here, top of the 7th against the Boston Red Sox, as we still have Bryce Miller out there. This is about to be his 70th pitch. And that's fouled off again there by Boston catcher Reese McGuire. And for returning viewers, welcome back. I appreciate you coming back to look in at the Seattle Mariners March to October as Reese McGuire pokes a base hit there through second base and first base gap. And we're probably going to have to warm up a reliever here with 2 men on and no outs with Trevor Story up. And every time we look into the bullpen, they have our lowest, like 2 of our lowest guys, Jackson Cowher and Austin Voth. I'm going to pretty much avoid using them. We'll just let them get some time in simulated games. So we'll warm up Ryan Stanek. And we only have Brash and Stanek. Santos and Spire don't really have any stamina. So, and Stanek's already warmed up, so my apologies. Let me just put him at ready and waiting, and then we'll get back to the action here. Runners on first and second. Trevor Story, top of the 7th. And Story squares up to bunt. And Urias fields it. And Trevor Story beats out the throw for a bunt single to load the bases as the lineup turns over here for the Red Sox. And that's not what we wanted to see. Luis Urias just kind of slow on the reaction there, which allows Trevor Story to beat it out. And maybe we should just, I don't know, if we give up a big hit here, it doesn't really make sense to put Stanek in. So throw up another reliever now. 3-3, bases loaded, no outs for the Boston Red Sox. Miller starts Duran off with a strike, now an 0-1 count. And that just clips the corner of the zone, bringing up an 0-2 count for Jarren Duran, the Boston leadoff hitter. And swing and a miss there on the low changeup. And a timely strikeout for Bryce Miller. That changeup just pretty nasty after 2 or 3 fastballs prior to that. So Miller gets a clutch out there, now 1 out. And a double play, you're out of the inning. Vaughn Grissom up to bat. He swings and a miss at a first pitch fastball. Grissom 2 for 3 in this game, 2 singles. Now 2-1 count, 2 breaking balls miss away. Miller goes back to the fastball, and that brings up a 3-1 count. And you don't have anywhere to put this guy. And Grissom fouls that one off, bringing up a full count here. And a high changeup there. And Grissom was not expecting that. A little too early on that one. And another strikeout for Bryce Miller. Slowly working his way out of pressure now. Just 1 more out to get out of this jam. And Grissom way ahead of that, expecting fastball. So the changeup does it again here for Bryce Miller as he'll face Masataka Yoshida with 2 outs now. And Yoshida rips that to right field. 1 run will score, and the other runner will hold at third as a nice RBI single there from Yoshida to give Boston the lead here in the top of the 7th. And we are going to go to the bullpen here with the bases loaded and bring in Ryan Stanek. Good performance overall by Bryce Miller. Got those 2 strikeouts, but ultimately he was not able to get out of the inning as he leaves with the bases loaded and 2 away here in the top of the 7th. And here comes Ryan Stanek. Last year, 55 games, 50 innings. Pretty good strikeout rate. Decent all around for a relief pitcher. And no easy task here for Stanek, set to face Rafael Devers, fresh out of the bullpen. First pitch fastball there, and that misses the zone. Although I don't see where that missed. Now 1-0 count to Rafael Devers. And he rips that to third base. And a nice play by Luis Urias, and he throws him out. Good play there at the hot corner by Luis Urias, and Stanek pumped up as he holds Boston. Now we're set to take on Cutter Crawford here. 100 pitches as he enters the bottom of the 7th. Luis Urias now, 0-1 count. And he flares that one out to right field. Looks like Tyler O'Neill under it. as he settles to record the flyout. And here comes Josh Rojas. He was the hero in episode 1, and he has a hit now in this one. 1 for 3, Rojas, the leadoff man for Seattle, as that curveball finds the zone, bring up an 0-1 count. Joe Jacques and Kenley Jansen in the bullpen. As we saw Jacques in the last episode, a lethal changeup. So Crawford is at 105 pitches, and yet he still has about half his stamina. So I'm not really sure what that's about. Rojas swings at that one and sends it to right field. O'Neill giving chase to the track as he makes the catch. It would have been nice to see Rojas go deep again for us. He was our only source of production on opening day as we defeated Boston 1-0. J.P. Crawford now steps into the box, 2 for 3 with a home run, a single, and 2 RBIs. Seattle looking to complete the 4-game sweep here to open the season. Now the 0-1 to J.P. Crawford. And Crawford rips that to right field as Tyler O'Neill gives chase and makes the play along the line. So 3 flyouts into right field in that inning as Tyler O'Neill records them, and he'll bat third in the top of the 8th. Tristan Casas steps into the box, 0 for 3 now. Stanek still out there for Seattle. 1-1 to Tristan Casas. And a splitter from Stanek will bring it to 1-2. 1-2 count to Casas. And he swings and a miss at an inside slider. Stanek just toying with him with those outside fastballs. And then he goes inside with the slider. And those are the swings you don't like to take when you're in that batter's box. Nice work from Stanek. And now 1 out as he'll face Emmanuel Valdez. First pitch strike on the outside of the plate. Swing and a miss there on another fastball at 100 miles per hour from Stanek. Goes with that inside slider again and almost clips Valdez. And there he kind of hangs a fastball over the middle of the plate. But Valdez luckily just pops it up as Urias collects the out. And that brings up Tyler O'Neill now. Recorded all 3 outs for Boston last inning. He fouls off that 100 mile per hour fastball. Stanek sets and deals. Slider fouled off there by O'Neill. And we'll do it again here on 2-2. And he strikes him out. Stanek on that inside fastball, and he strikes out the side. Great effort here from the Seattle reliever. So Kenley Jansen will now come on for Boston to hold Seattle here in the 8th. And here we go, Julio Rodriguez. I'm not quite sure how he started. He is 0 for 3 in this one so far. Jansen, that long setup. He reminds me of Bass from Angels in the Outfield, as Rodriguez rips that one to center field. And that's going to go to the track and collected there by Duran. So 4 batters up for Seattle in this, since we've jumped into this one, and 4 flyouts. Now Sebi Zavala out there, backup catcher, I believe. Zavala 0 for 2. I want to say he had to come in for Cal Raleigh, because I don't think they're putting Zavala as the cleanup man, but I could be wrong on that. And like I said, Jansen definitely reminded me of Whit Bass from Angels in the Outfield. I highly recommend you check that movie out if you haven't already. Now a 3-0 count here to Zavala. And even if you already have seen Angels in the Outfield, I definitely suggest a rewatch here with opening day looming, as Zavala is swinging on a 3-0 count at a low cutter. And Zavala works a walk here. Good at bat to put the tying run aboard. And they do want us to pinch run. Okay, so Raleigh had the day off, but they kept Zavala as the cleanup man. So who do we throw on a pinch run here? I mean, Dylan Moore is really our only option. You know, I mean, nah, we'll just leave Zavala in for now, whatever. Actually, disregard that. We gotta we got to throw some speed out there. I mean, it just is kind of lame because Moore is really our only... Like, why do we have three catchers on this team? I guess Moore is the only one who makes sense. Yeah, we definitely got to work with this roster a little bit. Like I said in the last episode, we're kind of just working with what they gave me so far. As Luke Raley on with a man on first. And if this is your first time tuning in, I stressed it in the last episode. I'm doing this a lot more casual in this Mariners March to October. I'll certainly have a new series coming up, a franchise series starting within the next week or so once a opening day roster set is out there. So stay tuned for that, and that's going to be a lot more authentic and realistic. Now a 2-2 count to Luke Raley. Runner on first, one away in the bottom of the 8th. And that slider almost gets inside and hits him, so a full count now against Raley. Now a full count to Luke Raley with Dylan Moore on first. Pickoff attempt, and Moore gets back. I'm so weary of taking leads in this game. I feel like you get picked off almost every single time. So we're just going to stand pat. We're not going to take an extra lead. As a full count here to Luke Raley. And that misses as Raley works a walk. So back-to-back walks here. As Dylan Moore trots to second into scoring position now. As Seattle looking to tie it up. Jorge Polanco to the plate. And Jansen definitely not with good command out of the gate here as he throws another ball there. And Polanco now works out of a hitter's count. Another ball. So 2 cutters to open the at-bat. Both miss. An advantage here to Polanco with a 2-0 count. Polanco swings and fouls that fastball off. And that cutter gets across. So Jansen works back into this one. A 2-2 count now to Polanco. And he's chasing that low cutter. That was an ugly swing there from Polanco. He worked that at bat pretty well at first. And then Jansen bounced back to strike him out there. Now it's up to Ty France with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And he's first pitch hacking at a high cutter for a strike. Now 1-1 count to Ty France. And that finds the zone on a cutter, a nice cutter from Jansen. Now a 1-2 count. Jansen gave up those back-to-back walks, but then bounces back with a strikeout, looking to get an out here. As he pitches or picks him off at second there on the attempt, but luckily Dylan Moore gets back. So 1-2 count. Jansen looking to respond with another strikeout. And that cutter misses the plate. 2-2 now. And that cutter just misses the zone. And that'll bring up a full count here with 2 outs. And the runners are going to be on the move. And Ty France works a walk here. So 3 walks in the inning for Kenley Jansen to load the bases. Great discipline on display from this Mariners team as Mitch Haniger will step into the box looking to deliver in a clutch moment. Now the base is loaded as Jansen deals that first pitch strike on a 2-seamer. And he watches that cutter through the zone for a strike. Now down 0-2. And he strikes out on 3 pitches. A nice slider there from Kenley Jansen to work his way out of trouble. The Mariners load the bases with 3 walks, but are unable to cross any as Boston still leads here 4-3 heading into the top of the 9th inning. And now Matt Brash will get his second appearance of the season working here as the Mariners are down 4-3. And we are going to have to move some things around. Who's our weakest fielder? Probably Polanco or Crawford. I guess we'll put Dylan Moore at second for Polanco. And for Polanco, we'll throw out Mitch Garver just to keep Raleigh out and continue his day off. So I guess having 3 catchers does pay off sometimes. Now Matt Brash sets here to face Reese McGuire. 100-mile-per-hour fastball there for a first pitch strike. Now 1-1 count to Reese McGuire. Swing and a miss at that sinker. And now 1-2, Brash looking for the strikeout. And he does on a nice slurve. That just dipped down into the zone. And McGuire was frozen on that one. It's Trevor Story now up for the Sox. And a first pitch slider there from Brash. His slider looking pretty nice here on those first two. Now a high fastball has Trevor Story way ahead. As that brings up another, or I guess the other one was 1-2. This brings up an 0-2 count. As a slurve misses there in the dirt. And inside fastball gets Story chasing bad. That almost hit him on the hands. And Brash with 2 strikeouts out of the pen. Now Jarren Duran, his 5th plate appearance of the day. 1-0 count. And that fastball right over the middle as it makes it 1-1. And he swings at that one, sends it to center. Right to Julio Rodriguez as we'll head to the bottom of the 9th. Seattle down 1 run looking to rally. So Chris Martin on for the save as he's set here to face Luis Urias. And Urias sends that 0-1 count up the middle as he nets a leadoff single to put the tying man on, no outs here in the bottom of the 9th. Sends that one right back up the middle. And he'll find himself on first base. Nice hitting display there from the number 9 hitter. Now the lineup turns over here, and back up is Josh Rojas, our hero from episode 1. And he'll swing at that first pitch and send it right to the second baseman. And a double play there for Boston. I thought Rojas got good wood on that, but I guess not. And first pitch swinging. Sends it right to the second baseman. Grissom to Story, I believe. Is that Story at short? Yep, it is. So now J.P. Crawford, our last hope, as he takes a first pitch ball. Just 3 pitches into the inning for Chris Martin, and 2 outs recorded there after the leadoff single. As Crawford sends that to short, Story fields. He fires to first. And that's going to do it here in Seattle. Boston avoids a 4-game sweep as they pick up their first win of the season. And the Mariners fall here 4-3 for their first loss of the year. As we net 3 snowflakes there. I think that's a little brutal. And Manuel Valdez, player of the game with 1 home run. Bryce Miller gave up 10 hits and 4 runs as he took the loss. So we didn't sweep our opening series, unfortunately. I mean, if it was a 3-game series, we woulda. And all those all those flames we collected in the first episode, now a snowflake as we just dropped 3 in a row. And now they're asking about scouts here. I hadn't really given this much thought, to be honest. But let's see. I guess we'll just do that real quick. And now we have 1.7 more to work with. So we can upgrade Salazar a bit. And we'll just do that. Oh, we can't even afford that. All right, we'll just leave it for now. I'm not going to get too much into this. That's what franchise is for. And now we actually do have to throw some scouting out there. Like I said in last episode, I don't know how far we're going to actually go with this March to October. The franchise I start in a couple days or a week or so is definitely going to be the focus. But, yeah, I don't even really want to give that any time right now. And I advanced. I didn't mean to advance. Okay, never mind. I can still fix it. I don't know if I know in franchise you can go back past this screen, but I'm not sure if you can in March to October. So that's why I'm just going to do a quick scout here. I'm just trying to figure out where most of these pitchers are coming from. Definitely scattered. I guess we'll just go east for now. And who's good at pitching scouting? Pretty much all of them. But we'll go with Vanessa Cora to scout. Starting pitchers from the east. And then who's going to... position groups do we have that are strong? Looks like catcher, maybe. Luke Catcher International. And usually I'd probably skip through this and not even show it in March to October, but since it's the first time, I'll just give you a quick look at the scouting menus here. And maybe second baseman West. We'll do second baseman West. So usually, yeah, in franchise, I would put a little more thought into this. But March to October, I'm not too worried about the scouting. As we'll continue on here. It looks like we'll jump into this Brewers game. We got to avoid getting swept. So we started off 3-0. And then have dropped 5 of our next 6 games. As we do lead here 4-2 in the bottom of the 7th against the Milwaukee Brewers. Looks like Brian Wu still on. As he looks to get out of the 7th inning with a man on second. And Bryce Terang up to bat. So here we go. We're in Milwaukee now. As we try to avoid the sweep at the hands of the Milwaukee Brewers. Bryce Terang in the box against Brian Wu. 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th and a man on second. 0-1 count now to Terang as he fouls that one off. So every game we've jumped into, the starting pitcher is still in there. So does the computer just not throw the bullpen in there at all prior? As Terang fouls off that slider, bringing up a 1-2 count. Wu trying to work out of this inning. And a foul ball down the line there by Terang. And that was a close call. Still 1-2. As Wu puts a slider in the dirt. Now over 100 pitches on the day. Terang fouls off another as he continues to fight in this at-bat. A swing and a miss there as Brian Wu works out of the inning. A nice changeup away from Terang, who went fishing but caught nothing. As the Mariners lead here 4-2 heading into the 8th inning. And here's Elvis Peguero for Milwaukee. 2 games, just 1 inning of work. And a decent strikeout right there, striking out every 4 hitters. Jorge Polanco will lead us off here in the top of the 8th. As he fouls off the first pitch. Now an 0-1 count to Polanco. And that finds the zone. A nice fastball there. Now a 1-2 count to Polanco after a slider missed inside. And he nails that one to the gap. And that's going to go for a home run. That just made it over for Jorge Polanco. My, oh my. Seattle takes a 5-2 lead, his 2nd of the season. I didn't know if that was going to go or not. I was honestly a little surprised off the bat at that impact. I didn't think I got a good hit on that one. But to my delight there, as Polanco rips that one for a home run. Peguero really not greeted nicely out of the bullpen as the Mariners extend this lead now 5-2. And we'll get one more look at it here. 387 feet. And that barely just tucked in there. Now Ty France comes up to bat 2 for 3 in this one. He's first pitch swinging and chops that to short. And Terang gives over to Rhys Hoskins to record the out. Now Mitch Haniger up to bat, only batting .207 so far in the early goings. 1 for 2 in this one. First pitch swing in there at a fastball. As you see Taylor Clark and Trevor McGill in the pen for Milwaukee. So the 0-1 count now to Haniger. Another swing and a miss. Not doing too well with Haniger here. Now 0-2 count. And a 3-pitch strikeout for Mitch Haniger. And I think he had one of those in the last game we watched. Now Luis Urias in. I feel like I say his name different every time. So we're just going to stick with that, I guess. I'll look it up, see the correct pronunciation for next time. As he fouls that one off the netting. Now 0-1 to Urias. 1 for 3 in the game with a single. As that finds the plate, bringing up a 1-2 or 0-2 now. Another 0-2 count here by Peguero. Nice rebound after the home run to Polanco. As that one's fouled away. Still 0-2. Peguero deals. And that's sent out to center field. And that'll end it here in the top of the 8th. As Jorge Polanco adds one for Seattle. They extend their lead. Now 5-2 Seattle. And Gabe Speier will be brought in here for his 4th appearance of the season. And still no runs given up. He's set here to face Christian Yelich, who comes into the series 6 for 11 with 4 RBIs. Looks like he's off to a really good start here this season. First pitch there finds his zone. Nice sinker there on the inside part of the plate. Now 1-1. Speier deals. And that slider is called a strike. Definitely a generous call there for the pitchers. Now a 1-2 count against Christian Yelich. And a changeup there gets him looking. A nice strikeout from Gabe Speier. And we'll take a look at this one from StatCast. 2 sinkers to start. And look at that slider called a strike. Doesn't even touch the plate. And then that changeup got him looking. Good pitch sequence there from Gabe Speier now to face the left-handed Sal Frelick. And he lays out a bunt on that first pitch. Goes foul. Now the 0-1 pitch. High strike there. Bringing up an 0-2 against Sal Frelick. And he gets him swinging there on a slider. Gabe Speier starts with 2 strikeouts out of the bullpen. I love those 2 strike sliders, especially away from a hitter. First pitch there to William Contreras, called a ball. As he's only hitting 125 against lefties to start the season. And that sinker misses as well. So now 2-0 count to Contreras. And Speier goes with a slider there on 2-0. Misses to bring up a 3-0 count. Let's see if Contreras is swinging. And he checks one there. He probably should have just hung there for maybe a walk. As he sends that one to right, but foul. Now Speier battles back, now a full count after being down 3-0. And the payoff pitch, another slider. As Contreras looks at that one, and he'll take first base off a walk. Now Willy Adames into the box for Milwaukee. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch there. Grounded to short. J.P. Crawford is sliding stop. He fires to first. And that's a nice defensive play from J.P. Crawford to end the inning. Pitching and defense will get it done here for Seattle in the bottom of the 8th. Great play there by Crawford as he fires to first for the out. So Josh Rojas will lead us off here in the top of the 9th. A homer in this one as he's 2 for 4. Peguero's still out there for the Brewers. Rojas first pitch swinging as he rips that one foul. Now the 0-1 count to Rojas. And he's just laid on that slider. Looked like a hanging slider at the top of the zone. And that would have been nice if he got good wood on that one. Now an 0-2 count to Seattle leadoff man. And a swing and a miss on that changeup. And now J.P. Crawford up as he homered in his last at-bat. And he's first pitch swinging on that one. Sent down the line, but picked up by Rhys Hoskins, who walks it over to the bag for the out. And that'll bring up Julio Rodriguez, just batting 147 on the season. Just 1 home run so far. Let's see if we can get him going a little bit here. And he's first pitch swinging. He sends that down the third base line. And a nice single there for Julio Rodriguez. He gets back in the hit column with his 2nd of the night. Now Cal Raleigh in there with Rodriguez on first base. And Raleigh sends that one to left field. And that's just picked up there by Sal Frelick to end the inning. Seattle's still up 5-2 as we head to the bottom of the 9th. Jake Bauers, Rhys Hoskins, and Garrett Mitchell due up for the Brewers as they look to rewrite a 3-run deficit. And Andres Munoz will come on to close this out. 4 for 4 so far with very good work. Hasn't given up a hit yet to a right-handed batter, and he's striking out 1 out of every 3. Now Jake Bauers to lead it off here for the Brewers, batting .304 with a OPS over 1,000 to start this season. Great work here from the left-hander so far. A first pitch strike there for Munoz on a slider. Now the 0-1 to Bowers. Swing and a miss at an inside fastball, 102 miles per hour. And a swing and a miss there. Strike 3, 103 miles per hour from Andres Munoz, and he gets Bowers on 3 pitches. Like, how do you react to 103 miles per hour? I think Jake Bowers is asking himself the same question. As that'll bring in Rhys Hoskins, the former Philadelphia Philly. First pitch there misses, and Munoz disagrees with that one. But he'll take it. As now 1-0 to Rhys Hoskins. Fastball fouled off there. Now 1-1. Another fastball fouled off. And let's see if Munoz just goes back to the fastball. He does. Rhys Hoskins, third straight fastball fouled off. And this is where you go to the outside slider, right? A little too wide there as Rhys Hoskins. He's not going to chase that. So now 2-2, and I think we're going back to the fastball. As we do, and Hoskins not ready for that one. 103 miles per hour as Munoz, a second strikeout on this close attempt. Now just 1 out away from a win here. Garrett Mitchell, 2 for 7 with a home run and a triple in this series. He looks to keep it going here for Milwaukee. First pitch strike gets in there on a slider from Munoz. And Mitchell rips that one to right field. Mitch Haniger giving chase. That smacks off the wall. Mitchell going over to second. And so he enters that at bat with only a home run and a triple in the series at 2 for 7. Now a double there. So he has three hits in the series and none of them for singles. So series lengthwise, he's a single short of the cycle. So now a double there from Mitchell. And that'll bring up Andrew Monasterio. Now 1-1 count to Monasterio. Swing and a miss there on that sinker as the Brewers are now down to their final strike. And that slider way away. And Monasterio's not chasing that one. And he sends that one to right field. Shallow right. Mitch Haniger settles underneath. As the Mariners take this one and they bounce back and avoid the sweep here in Milwaukee. Brian Wu gets his first win of the season as Andres Munoz improves to 5 out of 5 in save attempts. And there you see we want to avoid being swept. And we'll get a fire or a flame for that one. Brian Wu, player of the game. Only 5 hits allowed in 7 innings of work, 9 strikeouts, and the win. Key moment, win to avoid getting swept, success. And we turn that snowflake into a fire. That's what we like to see. As we're going to continue simulating here a series against Toronto. We dropped the first 2 of that one, but like the Milwaukee series, we do avoid a sweep, luckily. And now we'll get a player lock with Luke Raley. This is one of the cool features of March to October, as we're just going to get a player lock game here with Luke Raley, I believe, playing at left field or first base. Seattle at 6-7, entering this one against 4-8 Chicago Cubs. And we're getting back to it here for some more baseball here in March to October. We're set for a player lock game with Luke Raley. Seattle enters this one at 6-7 from T-Mobile Park, and we'll get the throwback unis in on this one with the black pants. Love that look. Here we go, some Luke Raley stats. 263, 969 OPS, 3 homers, and 11 RBIs. Very good start here from Luke Raley. And here we go. Raley set to bat. Bottom of the first inning with 2 men on and 2 outs against Javier Assad. His 20th pitch here in the first inning. And Raley way ahead on that cutter. Raley leads the team in RBIs entering this game. That pitch high brings up a 1-1 count. And Raley fouls that one off. So 1-2 count here to Luke Raley. His first at-bat of the game. Bottom of the first. 2 outs, 2 men on. As he strikes out on a nice curveball there. Tough break with runners on, but that'll end the inning. Luke Raley strikes out in his first at-bat as Javier Assad works his way out of trouble. He kind of looks like Junior from The Sopranos. Now Luke Raley in for his second at-bat, bottom of the fourth inning. One out here, no men on. And we'll look to get some redemption after that first at-bat strikeout. As Raley looks at a first pitch ball, that slider off the plate. And that one does find the inside part of the plate. A nice sinker there from Assad. 1-1 now to Raley. And he'll send that one to left field. Still up there as the left fielder settles underneath. And a fly out there for Luke Raley. Now 0 for 2 on the game. That's Ian Happ on the catch. And here we go, just breezing through this one. We haven't even had any fielding opportunities with Raley. He enters 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a fly out. Assad still out there for the Cubs. Raley fouls off that first pitch sinker. Now 0-1, Assad working with a shutout here as Raley sends that one to left field. Looks like that's going to be another fly out here for Luke Raley. As Ian Happ settles underneath again, and this sixth inning comes to a close. Chicago up 1-0. So last time we saw it was 1-0, and now it's 4-4 here in the bottom of the eighth. So a bunch of scoring as we'll face a left-hander here, Luke Little. Luke versus Luke. And Raley sends that one to left field, first pitch swinging. And that's a nice catch there by Ian Happ. I wasn't sure if that one was going to go or not. But Happ makes a catch at the wall there as Raley wants that one back. Just misses a home run. And now we fast forward here to the bottom of the 10th. Real quick. I don't think we haven't even gotten any fielding with Raley in this one. So bottom of the 10th and we're down 1. And this is the last at-bat of the game. Raley needs to come through here for the Mariners. A first pitch ball misses. A low cutter. Now 1-0 to Raley with Adbert Alzaway out there for Chicago. Raley swings and misses at a high fastball. Now 1-1. Now 2-1 count here for Luke Raley. And it really all comes down to this at-bat. That one misses. So 3-1 count here to Raley. And we don't want to work a walk. We're trying to put this ball in play and tie the game. Raley fouls that one off. Now full count here. Tying run in scoring position. 2 outs. And you got to get it done here, Raley. And he works a walk here, so we're going to put it into the hands of somebody else here. But at least we're going to get to watch the conclusion. Jorge Polanco now up, looking to keep this one going for the Mariners. And he sends that one to short, and that's going to get in there for a base hit. They're going to send the runner. And he's thrown out at the plate, and the Cubs win. I think that was Crawford running home. Oh, my goodness. So the Mariners dropped this one in brutal fashion. No offensive production, lost game, small momentum loss. So not a good outing here for Luke Raley as we go 0 for 3 with a walk and a strikeout. We had a couple good hits there out to left field, but ultimately we couldn't get in the hit column. And to add insult to injury there, we even lost the game. So perform well for a season-long boost, and we're not going to get a player boost at all. And we're going to go back to the Snowflake. So not a good episode overall. We lost the first 2 there in Chicago. Now another scouting. I'm just going to keep it as it is for now. So in the past 3 series, we have fallen 0-2, but have won the third to avoid sweeps. And that's obviously not a recipe for success. And yeah, I'm not going to look at that yet. We do win 2 out of 3 there against Cincinnati. And we dropped the first one here on the road against Colorado. So that one will throw us in a tied 2-2 game in the bottom of the 7th. We'll be pitching with 2 men on and no outs. As we're now 9-11. We started off 3-0, but now sit at 9-11, 20 games into this season. And I think that's all about going to do it here in this one. I'm glad we got to kind of cover more ground and work our way through. As we only played that one game, obviously, in the first episode. And look at the Mariners. Our run deficit is atrocious. 87 runs scored, 121 against. So obviously, I have some work to do with the pitching rotation in our lineup. I haven't touched any of that yet, as I've kind of just, like I said, this isn't really, I jumped into this one with just like the default rosters and everything. So we're not going too all out, just kind of more of a casual playthrough here in this March to October. But this is where I'm going to leave you, folks. I really appreciate you watching this March to October as we continue on with our Seattle Mariners. Currently at 9-11, but obviously a ton of time left in the season to turn it around. And I still have to tweak some things, as I haven't even paid attention to any extracurriculars yet. I've just been focused on the games itself. So thank you so much for watching. I'm eternally grateful for your viewership. I really encourage you to leave some comments, leave some feedback, and check out the rest of my channel and some other things I have going on. So as always, folks, it's been real, and be well. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.